Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and in news that might shock absolutely everybody watching, we've had even more leaks from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and this one is unbelievable. This right here is a listing on eBay for one of the commander decks that hasn't even been revealed yet. Somebody has one of these, somehow, and was stupid enough to put it on eBay. Which is, assuming it's in America, one court subpoena away from having the feds knock their door down. You have to put your full tax information into eBay to sell there. So anyway, on the front of one, we've got Shishiro, or however you say that. Hell, let's go with Chi-Chi. We got Chi-Chi the Shattered Blade. So it's a 4-cost, 1 green, 1 red, legendary creature, Snake Santa. Just kidding, Snake Samurai. It is red and green though, I'm just saying. So whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. And then at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each modified creature you control. And modified is, I was going to make a video on this, but well, here it is. Equipment, auras you control, and counters are considered modifications. Does anybody else take issue with the fact that the reminder text is modifications? And they're trying to define modified, but then the word modified, which is the keyword that they're defining, isn't capitalized, but like equipment and auras are, but then modifications isn't. The only thing that explains that is that it's not a mechanic or a keyword, it is simply a descriptor. It is like a base level rules thing. So I think modified is going to be referred to outside of Kamigawa. And if you're about to say you're basing that all off of a lowercase letter, yes, because that's how it works. Either that or Wizards got it wrong. I mean, kind of a toss-up. So on the back, it gives a little lore if you want to pause the video. I got to keep this moving because there's a lot of spoilers today. They do show off, though, Aki Battle Squad. And whoever that is, Penitent Warlord, a.k.a. Samurai Gorilla. Okay, I think he's supposed to be an orc, but let's be honest, he looks like a gorilla. Oh, and the middle card is new too, Kaima the Fractured Calm. And that one's fully legible, so it's a 4-cost, red-green, of course, 3/3 legendary creature spirit, and it says at the beginning of your end step, goad, which basically means force them to attack, each creature your opponent controls that's enchanted by an aura you control, and then put a 1/1 counter on Kaima, the Fractured Calm, for each creature goaded this way. Boy, I'd like to see what the other enchantments are because that doesn't make a lot of sense. Both of those colors tend to run boosting enchantments, not like pin down stuff like white and blue do. So it's kind of weird. Next up, we've got the other one. Buckle up. It's Kotori Pilot Prodigy. So we're going back to that Kaladesh pilot bullshit, which was so popular with the community. So it's a 3-cost 2/4 Moonfolk Pilot. They prefer the term Moonanite. That's racist, Wizards. And if you're about to say, don't people call them Mooners? Whoa, whoa, whoa. No need for the M word there, you racist. The KKK meeting's on the other channel, okay? This is the diversity channel. So all vehicles you control have crew too. Holy crap. I mean, there aren't that many in the game, but damn, like, you could do some damage with this. Now, why it's a white-blue pilot is beyond me, when clearly, you know, vehicle colors, if they're going to get anything that resembles, like, an actual upgrade it and play it vehicle deck, it's going to be white-red. But a lot of vehicles are colorless, and some of the best cards were in white, so whatever. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance until end of turn. So, yeah, pretty nuts. Is it a commander grade tier 1 card? Not by any stretch of the imagination. Does it look fun, gimmicky, and quirky? Yeah, absolutely. So on the back, we've got Organic Extinction, something or other Sumasa the Animator, and Shorikai Genesis Engine. So let's just read that one because it's a lot easier. Well, actually, okay, Organic Extinction is a 9-cost, 8+1, possibly more, but I think that would be out of frame. And it just says, improvise, destroy all non-artifact creatures. Holy crap. Anyway, Shorikai Genesis Engine is legendary artifact vehicle, 8/8. That's interesting. And then if you pay 1, tap it, draw 2 cards, then discard a card, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with the creature crews vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater. Or pardon me, 2 greater, so 2 higher. And then it has crew 8, so it kind of builds its own crew. And, well, I'll just say it, giant robot mech suits confirmed. There you go, welcome to Space Japan. Absolute massive cringe. Oh, also on the bottom it just states, this card can be your commander. I mean, yeah, it's not technically a creature, so that makes sense. Like that they'd have to specify it, because some planeswalkers say that, and that is not the rule outside of Brawl. I'm almost more excited about that than I am about the real front card. But I don't know, an 8/8 for 4, it's a little late. Then it starts, exposing itself to destruction while you build a crew. I don't see it. So next up, we got a Blurry Jin Gitaxias written in Phyrexian. So here's your $10 billion card. Of course, that's Phyrexian dollars. So it's a 5/5 for 7 double blue mythic, and I've heard quite a few different, completely conflicting translations. I could do it myself, but it's too blurry, and I have better things to do with my life, and we're probably just going to see it tomorrow. Allegedly, it's whenever you cast an instant sorcery or artifact spell, copy it. Whenever an opponent casts the first instant sorcery or artifact spell on their turn, counter that spell. Although the way they wrote this is so unbelievably incorrect, but it might be like, oh, haha, I get it. It's grammatically incorrect because it's from such a foreign language, a made-up language called Phyrexian. Oh, and apparently this one is Jin Gitaxias Progress Tyrant, which is interesting because a long time ago, literally a leak from over 2 years ago, not kidding, we found out that it's going to be progress in technology versus honoring the old ways and spirits and the old uses of magic. And while it looks like when they get out the mech suits and the crew that we're going to kind of see the general population side with technology. So, being only a 5/5 but costing 7 and then doing something very classic blue, I think that that's probably the correct translation. So, you cast almost anything, you clone it, they cast almost anything, the first one gets countered. I mean, that's a very Phyrexian thing to do, that's a very blue thing to do. Hell, that's a very Jin Gitaxias thing to do. So, I'm inclined to believe it, but I think that was the point. And you're darn right, if I had more time today, I would have made a fake translation of it. Because that shit is funny as hell, and I have zero respect for the game at this point and what Wizards did to it. So, yeah, it's a shame I have other work to do. Ooh, I was going to bring up the translation for the next spoiler, which is whatever this is, but I brought up the wrong tab, and it turns out 2 of my items that I was watching at an auctioneer closed. And yeah, your boy's got about $1,000 coming. People are paying out their ears for this stuff. I was very, very, very correct in assuming that this would go really high. I made an enormous profit on these, and not every lot is even closed yet. Damn, bro. Oh, good. Now I have enough money to drop another $12 on a pop filter because this one I just got sucks and I threw out the old one. Oops. So if you hear a lot of popping in this video, it's because this thing sucks. I'm trying to kind of just back up off it and like scream at the mic. So this will make sense to 3 people. Travis Wu, I told you during your last live stream. I told you, bro. This is it. 1 hour of work. I made like $1,000. Y'all going way too near on this low effort, online only trading shit, dude. I'm telling you, physical goods right now, right here. Elections coming up. I could have gotten even more money if I held these. Yes, Travis is back. Yes, I like to crash his live streams. We're frenemies now. So anyway, homeboy here is Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa, maybe, probably. It's a 4-cost white legendary creature, dragon spirit, flash, flying, nice. And when it enters battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Kyodai. Hello. Oh yeah, and then you pay 1 of each color and it gains +5/+5. I forgot that this was already spoiled with different artwork. Oops. Well, not just already spoiled, I mean, I already covered it. So, well, here it is again. Oops. Then, honestly, I don't even know where these came from. We've got Tatsunari, Toad Rider. That just sounds great. It's a 3-cost black 3/3 legendary creature, human ninja, and whenever you cast an enchantment spell, told you it's going to be basically Theros, if you don't control a creature named Kaima, create Kaima, a legendary 3/3 black and green frog creature token, with whenever you, oh, that's spelled wrong, cast, I believe it's supposed to say, an enchantment spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. So 2 3/3s for 3 mana. I mean, that's pretty neat. And if you pay 1 plus hybrid, looks like green-blue, makes sense. Tatsunari, Toad Rider, and target frog you control can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with flying or reach. Okay, that, like, basically is just flying. What's the difference? It can't be destroyed by flying effects, I guess? It isn't affected by all flying creatures you own get +1/+1? Like, just give it flying. I think that was just a style choice where they're like, oh, get it? He's hopping, but he's hopping really high because it's a frog. Get it? Yeah, anyway, get ready for pseudo-flying Gitrog monster. I think he's a frog, right? Then we have another one where I have no idea where it came from. Probably the same person that stole the rest of them. It's Thousand-Faced Shadow. Costs 1 blue. It's a 1/1 human ninja. And it has ninjutsu 4. Double blue, 2 generic. So actual ninjutsu instead of just having it spelled out on the cards, which, yeah, Zakema, I'm already done with his bullshit. whatever his name is. So this one is flying, and 1000 Face Shadow enters the battlefield from your hand. If it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. That token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. Holy crap. I don't see anything that says exile it at end of turn, so this is pretty messed up. I mean, you literally get one shot at it, so like, okay, it's basically that one blue amulet, but now we have 2 of them, and there's also the, like, I want to say mirror pool, that's not what it is, but mirror something land that can clone stuff. There's a little too much cloning in blue, and I guess they didn't learn their lessons from, what was it, Quasi-Duplicate, or Helm of the Hosts, or, you know what, just Firemark Rosewater. This is like borderline a fair card, because a lot of stuff has to line up for this to work. But just in principle, I don't like cloning, obviously. Neither does anybody. Next up, we've got whatever the hell this is. I mean, what is even going on here? Why? First of all, why are they held up by Scotch tape? That's alarming. It looks like they might be in sleeves. Secondly, it also looks like you vacuum packed them. And third, what the hell is this? It looks like a street display. It looks like they should be like, oh, hot chocolate $2, ribs on Thursday. Like, what is this? Here's the best part. Here, let me show you a close-up of Kyrie the Swirling Sky from the top left. Oh, wait, it's been leaked 2 different ways. This is the borderless or extended art or whatever the hell version. What the hell, people? I mean, cards are being leaked twice in 2 different ways now. Wizards, get it together. My God, this is embarrassing. So, Swirly Boy here is a 6-cost legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. This is obviously, you know, the legendary dragon cycle, whatever. Flying Ward 3, already hate it. 6/6 for 6, great. And when it dies, choose 1, return any number of target non-land permanents with total mana value 6 or less to their owner's hand. Or mill 6 cards, then return up to 2 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. So, you know, okay, it's a big bad flyer with partial protection, and those effects are neat. It has to die first, which, you know, all right. They all say when it dies, which, like, that's inherently fair because you have to then lose it. Now, the black one I'm a little bit worried about because you could, for 1 mana, have it die and then immediately come back into play with a counter on it and then get the death trigger. So speaking of that, that's Junji the Midnight Sky, 5 cost 5/5. Flying Menace, I think we've already covered this, but, you know, why not? For completion, let's just hit it up. And when it dies, choose 1. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life, so it's fairly late into the game, but that's, you know, kind of funny. Or put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, you lose 2 life. That is ridiculous, especially when you pay 1 more and he resurrects. Now, that is a death replacement effect. I'm not 100% sure how that works. I think you'd have to pick one or the other, but I'd have to read it. Like, one says, instead of dying, you know, do this. And then one says, if it does die, return it to the battlefield. So, no, at least one of them would put him back, but you would still get the death trigger. And that second one is just mental. So, next up, we got AO, the Dawn Sky. So, that's a 5 cost 5/4 legendary creature, Dragon Spirit, with flying and vigilance, of course. And when it dies, choose 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put a number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. So, okay, interesting. It's a total of 4. I mean, what are you really going to go get? But in mono white, let's just say I might throw one of these in. And then the second one is put 2 1/1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or vehicle. Holy crap. And next up, wow, Etsushi was leaked so long ago, I had to actually really scroll to see it. And actually, it wasn't a leak, it was an official spoiler, but it was December 16th. Fantastic. So Flying Trample, when it dies, the effect is, oh, by the way, it's 4/4 for 4. I thought that was a little weird in red, but okay. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn, yeah, you may play those cards, okay, and then create 3 treasures. So, really just an extension of the broken and obnoxious treasure ramp dragon deck where everything is haste, and it has just enough blue to stop you and piss you off. So, very, very obnoxious deck, and now it gets this. And finally, I think this is supposed to be Cura, and then Boundless Sky, not 100% sure. Flying Death Touch, 5 cost 4/4, and when it dies, search your library for up to 3 land cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle. And then create an XX green spirit creature token where X is the number of lands you control. So we needed that with Ren and 7. That's a fun combo, having both of these. Great, thanks. Honestly, between them all, you gotta like ramp into them, get them out, then get them killed, and then also you don't have them, and all you get is like in some cases a useless ability, in some cases something really strong. Kind of didn't balance them very well there. But overall, I mean, kind of a weak cycle for Mythic Dragons. They didn't go too nuts with it. It's not like they have like Ward 10. It's a little more tame than I was expecting. Okay, I think that's all, but I mean, honestly, I'd probably stand about a 50-50 chance of while I was recording this, another one leaked, but if that's the case, I'll talk about it tomorrow. And tomorrow, the spoilers start, or it's, I don't know, they called it a premiere, I don't know what that means, whatever. We're like 5 weeks out, I'm sure it's the start of spoilers. We already had the, quote, premiere on like December 15th, and we've already had like 3 chapters of the story, so yeah, I think spoilers start tomorrow, so hit subscribe if you don't want to miss that, as if there's anything left to spoil, but whatever, and I'll see you guys next time.